the whole Sacramento Kings thing.
Yeah.
Please, what's your take on that? I have, but now mine has changed. I've been reading some stuff, but go ahead. Let me see what you got there, sir.
Well, my take on it is right when you have expectations, you better meet expectations. All right. So even though he's 2 years ago he won Coach of the Year, he was coming off. Well, I think they were a 4th seed or a 3 seed in the Western Conference. They ultimately lost in Game 7 to Golden State. So it was so now you have to build on that, right? And it's still a players' league. He doesn't have the cachet of Eric Spoelstra, of Greg Popovich, a Steve Kerr. He doesn't have that cachet. So when you piss off your star players, this is what happens when you're losing. See, when you're winning, that cures everything. You don't hear stuff when about a team, all the the ins and outs and the turmoil and the drama when you're winning. It's only when you lose and stuff come out because they weren't to come out. Right?
It reminds me of the Rangers. Go ahead.
So I don't know if you witnessed a couple of Mike Brown's press conferences.
I did.
He's been a little bit like on edge, and I get it. They're struggling. You know what I'm saying? Probably what he's saying, they're not doing it on the court. So he's reiterating. Like one press conference, he said, we got to just he used a word like 20 straight. I forgot what word it was, man. He used a word like 25 straight times in the interview.
Let me see if I can find it.
So it looked like it looked like he was kind of mocking the team, right? So like, you're not listening. It made the team look like they were dumb, right? And again, when you're losing and your team is supposed to be an offensive threat, and you're not scoring the way you're scoring, and then your defense was never really on par with the best defenses in the league. And then the West is brutal. It's like 12 teams, almost 500 in the West. So when you're on a 5-game losing streak, right? And the warts of your team just comes out. And then he doubled down on the press conference, right? So for their 5th straight loss, I believe,
Ryan,
Fox,
real quick.
Yeah.
He used the word possession 26 times.
Possession.
Yes.
26 straight times, guys.
Yeah.
And so it was just the optics just did not look right. That looked like a coach losing the locker room from back then, right? And then the losses kept mounting, and then what happened was they had no business losing a lead. I forgot what the team was, but De'Aaron Fox ended up fouling. They're up 3. They're up 3. The other team has the ball, up 3. You can foul, but you have to foul and not give up the 3-point shot. The guy hit a 3. Oh, it was Detroit. It was Jaden Ivey. And shout out to Jaden Ivey, man. Horrific injury. He broke his leg. So shout out to Ivey, man. Get back soon. Jaden Ivey was having a awesome season. Detroit's taking a step, and just very unfortunate to lose Jaden Ivey. So I want to shout out Jaden Ivey. So Jaden Ivey, getting back to the game, Jaden Ivey gets lost in the corner, and it was De'Aaron Fox's guy. He made a hard cut, to defend the 3. Pump fake. De'Aaron Fox fouls him. 3-point play. Hits the free throw. They lose the game. So this is where I think he got fired, because he's basically threw the whole team under the bus and said, "We told them, do this, do that, do that. We told them. I don't know why, we are doing hard closeouts." And so
he said, "Why are we closing out? We should be playing close defense."
Correct. Right. And what he's saying is not wrong. But you have to know the temperament of the team, the temperament of the owner, the temperament of the fan base. You've already went on this tirade with the whole possessions for 26, mentioning that. So that wasn't a good look. And then he basically said, he talked to them like, okay, I told them so. It's not on me. It's on them. Right? And he's right. But there's optics. You know what I'm saying? You're on a 5-game losing streak. They're already not listening to you. And then he basically blamed Fox, which it was Fox's fault. But a coach needs to know the temperature of the state of the team, especially at a press conference. Scale it back a little bit. Nah, he went threw them under the bus, and whether he was right or wrong, he still threw them under the bus. He could have protected his players and kind of soften the blow a little bit, but he went full board with his assessment, and he doesn't have that cachet, especially when you're on a 5-game losing streak, right? And you're not even in the playoff. You're not even in the play-in in the West right now. You're not even in there, and you went at the star player on the team who's gonna be in a contract year. So now, and there were always some saying about some turmoil. Fox came and denied it, that there wasn't any turmoil. So so I don't know if he's trying to just
calm it down.
He got fired, and they didn't want to fire him until he doubled down again in the morning press conference, and still threw the team under the bus. I'm like, okay, dude, are you trying to get fired? And then and then on the way to the airport or something like that, they're like, okay, no,
we had enough.
We had enough. He doubled down 3 times, and we all know, man, this is a players' league. Unless you have the cachet of those 3 coaches I said, Eric Spoelstra, the Steve Kerrs, the Greg Popovich, who's not coaching right now because of the health issues. We see it in Miami. Jimmy Butler's a star player, but
Guess what?
Spoelstra run that. Riley runs that.
Jimmy's going before.
Correct. Listen. The pecking order in Miami is Riley and the coaches, and Spoelstra. Even when LeBron was there in his prime, they didn't bend for LeBron. They're like, nah, man, no, we don't do that here. So that's why he got fired, Kevin. In my opinion, he just doubled down, kept doubling down. He could have softened the blow with the whole thing. He basically embarrassed his team with these press conferences. Basically, what he did.
So I was going to say yes, that last press conference. Because at first, I was like, Mike Brown. I said, and then I was like, okay, he's holding them accountable.
Absolutely.
But like you said, this, sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And the NBA, as we know it, whether you like it or not, it's a players' league, and they're absolutely the players. They walk to a little bit different of a beat. And like you said, that last press conference, I was like, you know what, Mike Brown, you wanted, I guess you wanted unemployment check. I don't know, man, because you just wanted. I just had it on the screen. He was the first time unanimous. First coach to ever win the Coach of the Year award. So like I said, Sacramento was turning it into the right way. How they, like you said, with the talent that they got, man. But I don't know.
But with expectations
comes,
and then not only that, then you went out and got DeRozan, and you upgraded from DeRozan. You got him, and I always thought that wasn't a good fit. DeRozan's a mid-range ISO guy. They play free flowing. Because remember he's coming from Golden State. Mm-hmm. So they incorporated that kind of flow. So they thought they were getting an upgrade from Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes goes on to San Antonio, where they even have a better record than Sacramento. So with the expectations, and we've seen this before in the NBA, where the coach of the year gets fired after like 2 years. It happened to Sam Mitchell with Toronto. It's happened a lot. So everybody's it's a running joke in the league. I don't want to win Coach of the Year because that means I'm going to get fired soon. So it's a running joke in the league. But yeah, that's why he, like you said, Kev, that's why he got fired. He just went out and just you hold your team accountable one time, you throw them on the bus, but he kept double down and you know what I'm saying, like he got 2 aces and then he hit. You know what I'm saying? He just kept doing. I'm like,
split them.
Yes, he was just. I'm like, Mike, stop. But and
$2,000 gone.
Yeah, so that's it, man.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
and just to comment about the standings. We have like a lot of big win streaks going on right now. Like the Cavs right now, they're on an 8-game winning streak. Also all the top teams in the league, right, are pretty much balling right now. The Knicks are on a 9-game winning streak. OKC Thunder on a 12-game winning streak. So the top teams are really, really, pulling away from the pack. So and then the other side of the spectrum, you have the bottom teams, right? Who are in the sweepstakes for the Cooper Flags, the Ace Baileys, the Ron Harper Juniors. You know what I'm saying? So that seemed like one of the top 5 picks right there. So you have the Pelicans, who are just. It seems like every year it's just a one big injury mash unit for the Pelicans, man. They still can't figure out this Zion Williamson thing. They look like they're going to end up trading Brandon Ingram. It's going to be a fire sale there. CJ McCollum's going to be on the trade block. So look out for CJ McCollum to probably get traded to Milwaukee. If you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and reunite him with Dame over there because they need another shooter because Middleton's getting a little bit older. They're starting a role player basically in the starting unit who can shoot. But yeah, they're gonna need an upgrade in order to compete with the likes of Cleveland, Boston, the Knicks, who are balling. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so we have those like the Pelicans, the Wizards, Jazz, Hornets, Raptors. They're all vying for at least getting a top 3 pick. You get a top 3 pick in this draft, you know what I'm saying? You have a nice piece, like I said, with the Ace Baileys, Cooper Flags, and the Ron Harper Jr. So yeah, so that as far as the standing go, the top teams are really pushing and making a claim saying, hey, we want to be the ones with home court or what have you. They're really playing great ball. That's the Cleveland, that's OKC, that's the Knicks. Boston is still right there in the top 4. So yeah, so those look like the best teams right now in the league.
Hey, real quick question before I just want to look at the New Orleans Pelicans are 5-29.
Pelicans are 5-29. They have the worst record in the league, my friend.
What's the deal with Zion Williamson? Is it safe to say that this has been a disaster?
He's injury prone. At this point, you have to say he's injury prone. They try to blame it on the weight. He actually lost a bunch of weight coming into the season.
They try to blame it on the city and the beignets. What?
Right. No, I mean, that's it. I mean, like he came into the league relatively young. He was 19.
Got it.
But I always said, and I know I said this plenty of times with him.
Yeah.
Everything can't be a power move to the basket.
Right.
At your size, you have to put some finesse to your game.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. It can't be a power dunk off 2 legs and you coming down. Every move can't be just you trying to Hulk somebody. It's like a bull in China shop. Every possession with him.
You got to develop something else to your game.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the reasons why I believe he can't stay healthy. Yes, his size, but he lost weight.
He did. He put an effort into. And I'm not trying to clown him.
Right?
But
No, exactly.
I just think that there's something going. He's underachieving and is not living up to the.
And D-Dub, it's not that he's even underachieving because when he plays, he's awesome.
He makes
when
a difference.
Right? Like when he plays, he gives you everything. But it's just that his style of play And at this point, he's injury prone.
Yeah.
He's just injury prone. Like there's no, he doesn't, and if he gets hurt, he's out for a month. It's not like I can get hurt, miss a game or two, and come back. And then you know what I'm saying? Like it's always, we've got to play it, play it safe with him and this and that. It's time to take the training wheels off. Either you're gonna play or you're not gonna play. So so that's the biggest problem. They didn't sign Ingram. They didn't give him an extension, so he's mad. So he's probably up out of there. And at that point, if you get rid of Zion and Ingram, there's no need to have you to keep McCollum. You know what I'm saying? They just traded for the point guard in the with Atlanta. Murray. They traded for Murray. And they gave up probably one of the best defensive players in the league. So that might have been a misread. And they traded Daniels.
So what you're really trying to say is that the NBA needs to get New Orleans out of that city, because
I wouldn't go that far.
I'm doing too much. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they gotta you gotta relocate the city, because the fans show up. It's I mean,
well, Ryan, hold on, Ryan. I'm gonna push back. I was just in the city back here in November. Every time I got in the Uber and I talked to some of the people, because I love sports. I would say out of the 9 out of the 10 people, they cared, of course, about the Saints. They love the Saints, but the Pelicans was they're there. We're here, whatever. But okay. I'm not like you. I'm not like we got to move them tomorrow. No,
he's not like D-Dub.
Okay. All right, Kev, D-Dubs. You guys are Knicks fans, right?
Yeah.
How many times have I said to you guys, the Knicks fans are the most loyal fans on the face of the earth?
You have said that, yes.
You know what? You're right. Yeah.
You guys will root for if they go on a 2-game winning streak, you think they're gonna win the championship. You guys root for your team.
Say with the Giants.
Right. Correct. No, it's
Rangers.
Exactly. It's
Yankees.
Shut up, Dan.
You guys are the best fans. You guys are not fair weather. You might get upset and be hurt sometimes, but you ride or die with your squad, and I appreciate that. When it comes to Knicks fans, the Pelicans are 5-29, fellas.
Yeah.
They have the worst record in the league. Of course, whoever you talk to, when they got Zion, man, it was hype. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I had one Uber job when I was there.
Yeah.
I was in New Orleans, like I said, beginning of October, November, and he was saying, "Yo, when Zion got here, it was sold out all the time. There was hype.
Right? Yeah,
call it." And
when you're 5-29, you're 5-29, bro.
You're not. You're not.
Nah, like when the Knicks are 5-29.
Yo, fam.
Oh no, we still go.
Madison Square Garden is still packed.
We still go. We still go to 7th Avenue and 31st and 33rd Streets. Yes.
So much respect to you guys, man. So you know what I'm saying? So you saying that, D-Dubs and Kevin, I can't, you know what I'm saying? Because of your fandom, I cannot accept what y'all said about
Ryan gave us perspective. He gave us perspective. Like, wait a minute.
All right, Brian. You got it. All right.
Yeah.
I just,
man. But
just thought maybe I'm just. But man, get well, Zion. Get well, because you guys are awful watching you guys. I mean, 5-29. I refuse.
Yeah, and
sorry,
again,
CJ McCollum. Please get you out of there, because.
And to be honest with you, right? Even though Zion's out, Ingram's out, I mean, you still got quality players there, man. Murray, McCollum, you still got players. They shouldn't be losing this much still. No. So I just hope the coach, he's a good young coach. I hope he doesn't get the blame for it, but he will, and because I know Dan always says this too. You can't trade or fire the whole team. So it's the coach. You know what I'm saying? So and we saw that with Mike Brown, man. So the Pelicans, they just got to get it together, man. And it's kind of like it kind of sucks for them too, right? Because when they won the sweepstakes for Zion, I remember it was the Knicks wanted him. I mean, everybody thought he was going to the Knicks. You guys had the worst record that year.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they end up getting Zion, man. So for them to
we
be
duck him.
Yeah, you got a blessing there, bro.
yeah, correct. So exactly. So
you'd be 5-29.
right.
Yeah.
So you know, so
gracious.
and to come full circles in just like 5 years, it's sad, man. Like, yeah, so yeah.
Depending on who you asking. Yeah, it's
But
sad for y'all.
But and again too, man, and you know, ever since after Christmas, I don't know what happened with the league, but it's fights going on every 2 minutes. Everybody fighting and
speaking of fights, right?
yeah.
Your main man,
Mhm.
what's his name? Amen.
Oh, amen. Oh,
Yo, man,
amen.
he didn't have to do Tyler Hero like that, man.
No, the thing is, because everybody came out and said he's like, I didn't even try to do him like that. It just, I thought he was, you know, have some resistance. You know, they holding on to each other. He just kind of, you know,
Hey, it was no resistance, yo. Tyler Hero. I thought Tyler Hero was a rag doll. I thought he was a doll.
That was a newspaper. He just set
Right.
that thing right down on the ground.
Let me just say this. Let me say this. But to what Ryan always says about us, and I said, I've been chirping in the chat. I said, I am glad Amen through Tyler Hero. We're finally getting some fire, some fights and stuff. I mean, I don't want boxing, of course.
Right.
You know, I want some.
Nobody
I'm
threw
cool
a punch.
with it.
Nobody threw a punch.
I'm cool with it. They ejected the referees had control of it. They ejected everybody who needed to be ejected.
And Coach Ime Udoka, right? So he loves this stuff.
Yes, he does.
Oh yeah, he
like
shit.
Yeah, he's enforcing, like, he doesn't want you to play dirty, but there's no punking the Rockets, or they're gonna.
No, he wants you to have an edge, though.
Yeah, But he did come out and say we have to play with that edge and that force, but still have the IQ behind it, and that's what they're lacking right now, is having the IQ behind it, knowing the when and where. Because Dylan Brooks gets it happens to him a lot. Where, look, there's a time and place and when to do it. You know what I mean? So like, definitely, man, like, teams, that is not going to be buddy with you is the Rockets. Orlando plays tough. And like, for what Orlando's still doing, they lost some close games recently, but man, to still be where they are in the standings, losing basically your two best players in Franz Wagner and Paulo Banchero, and losing Mo Wagner, the brother, to a torn knee, ACL. So he's out. For them to still be competing, that's coaching, man. That's coaching. So where, yes, the league has got soft, and then it's a buddy league. Now you're seeing teams like, we're gonna hang our hats on the defensive end, and we're gonna get after it. So there's teams out there like that, man. So it's not just
jersey swapping tonight.
Right. Exactly. So and so that's what we got, man. We got heated battles going on, man, and some low score. The score is starting to come down a little bit too, just like last year, man. Like after Christmas after Christmas, after the All-Star game. After the All-Star game, you can tell refs was swallowing their whistles, man. No. We ain't saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to play through that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So we'll see what happens, man. But yeah, it's getting feisty out there. So that's good. That's good to see.
Yes, absolutely. What else you got for us, man, before we get out of here?
That's about it, bro. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we just the top teams on these long winning streaks, the Cleveland's, New York, they're OKC, and they're just trying to make a statement. They're trying to make a statement, and they're bringing it every night. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them, man. So yeah.
Good, ladies and gentlemen. He's Ryan DeSouza with the NBA.